Hey, what's going on everyone? My name's G-Bear, and this is a video to help casual players like myself win more games in Chapter 2 of Fortnite. Now a little bit about me. I've never been a god at Fortnite. I could hold my own in Chapter 1, but I was never dropping 20 bombs, hitting crazy trick shots, dominating arena mode, or winning any cash cups. I used to have a lot more time to grind Fortnite back in Chapter 1, back before everyone was sweating super hard trying to make a name for themselves and qualify for the World Cup. But since I've started a job back in September, I haven't had a lot of time to play. I get a few games in here and there, 2, maybe 3 days a week tops. My progress in terms of skill growth, mechanics, aim, and game sense has also slowed significantly since I have less time to play, practice, and learn. So in this video, I want to break down the plays I made in this little 9-kill solo win I got on stream the other day. I want to analyze what I did well, in addition to some things I could have done better, because even though I did win, that doesn't mean I played every scenario or encounter perfectly. Hopefully this video helps you improve and become more consistent in Chapter 2. If you learn anything or find any of my advice helpful and would want to see more things like this in the future, let me know in the comments down below. Also, please feel free to drop a like and hit the subscribe button. Now let's get into the video. Let's begin by talking about drop spots. If you're playing casual games with your friends, I would say just drop wherever you think your group will have the most fun. Be it a hot drop or a low-key landing, mix it up, enjoy yourselves. But if you want to try to more consistently win solo games, I would recommend picking 1 or 2 locations to land and learning those spots well. Learn how to loot and farm up materials efficiently to prepare for early game fights. For the most improvement, I'd suggest landing at a moderately populated location depending on the best route to practice early game fighting. For me, I prefer Pleasant Park. I know the loot spawns well, and I like the options you have to rotate around the town in early game encounters. And hot drops there can get really intense and a lot of fun. I like this particular house in Pleasant Park because I can loot it quickly and leave with about 200 materials before challenging the larger house next door. Normally I look or listen for any enemies inside the house and try to get on top of the house to gain height advantage. In this case I didn't hear anyone in the house, but I did hear fighting right up front, so that's where I focused my attention. Right here I know that this player just finished fighting, so they're likely weak. I know I can afford to take a few shots from where I am while being conscious that there are likely still players on the north side and northeast corner of town, and possibly someone directly south of me. So boom, I take my shots, luckily I get my kill, and as I go to loot, I hear shots on the north side of town, just like I predicted. So while they're fighting, I have time to loot and plan my next move. At this moment, I hear steps to my left, so I finish popping my shield and try and get to height as quickly as I can. I see the players north are still fighting, giving me the confidence to take the fight with a player close by in the box in front of me. He isn't actually in the box, so I look around through my edits, hop around, hear him to my left, and then just take the shotgun fight. See who does more damage. Luckily I win out. And at this point I hear a build close by, so I build up, try and give myself height advantage, and check on the players fighting to the north. One takes a snipe at me, so I have a little bit of time to try and take a shot at one of them while he's reloading. I gotta go and farm. Right here I realize I need more materials, so I try and fall back to this greenhouse to get more, but get shot at from the roof of the big blue house. So now I know I'm in a bad spot, so I run inside for some cover, put a trap down. I recognize these are probably some of his edits, so I try and just get a few more materials and play it slowly. Once I see him breaking the wall down, I decide to chuck a few nades in his direction to see if it can cause some chaos, at the very least waste some of his materials. As soon as I hear him drop down to ground level and see him around the corner, I know I can hold my position. I want to wait for him to make the move since he knows I'm weak. I need to use my right hand corner advantage for my benefit. So he walks in, I take my shot, he builds, then I build. Now I make this ramp edit so I can clearly see when the enemy makes a move into the doorway to make a play on me, so that I can release the edit and take a shot at him, hopefully turning the fight in my favor. I release edit, and I hear that he throws a nade, so my only option is to push forward. Luckily, in the heat of the battle, this player forgot that I placed a trap somewhere in this house at the beginning of the fight, so I scared him and pushed him back right into my trap. As I heal up, I think about the other two players that were fighting on the north side of town, and I assume that one of them won the fight by now, so that means I'm looking for one more player in Pleasant Park. As I look around for the other player, I make sure to keep moving so that I'm not an easy target for a snipe. I spot the player by my old builds and go for a snipe of my own, luckily hitting him in the body for 100 damage. I throw some grenades that don't do any damage, but I decide I need to keep up the pressure so that he can't heal. Now this kid builds over me, and I don't feel like build fighting him, so I just chop him out and take a shot at him as he falls. Then he drops down to ground, I follow him and take the fight there. Most of these tac shotgun fights come down to whose gun does the most damage. It gets a little lucky, I came out on top this time. Some key takeaways for improving your early game encounters are looting quickly and farming efficiently, keeping track of the enemy's potential locations so that you can know where to rotate and also anticipate being rotated on by an enemy, and work with what you have, build efficiently, and using pre-existing structures to your advantage. Now, as I rotate out of Pleasant Park, I notice this player who is having a lot of trouble deciding what loot to take. I take my time laying up my shot, take the shot, miss unfortunately. So now this player knows where I am. I try and use this tree as natural cover to take a different angle, maybe take another shot, line it up. I'm being very patient. Take a shot, spray a little bit, nothing doing. The player still hasn't returned a shot yet. So right here, I'm anticipating that the enemy has a sniper. My plan is to bait out a snipe and trust that my reaction time is fast enough to build a wall before the bullet gets to me. Now I do just that, stopping the shot, build a little bit, reload my sniper. Now my goal here is to build a little bit and try and make the player think I'm coming from the top of that ramp, and then peek on this side and take a shot of my own.
Crazy stutter. Did you see that?
Miss that shot, reload. Now I'm playing this very patiently. Neither of us has hit each other, so there's no need for either of us to push. Gonna get a few more mats just in case we do have to fight. Take a peek from this angle, nothing doing. See he moves, line up my snipe, luckily hit a headshot. Now let's say I didn't hit the headshot there. If I hit a body shot, he's gonna build and try and heal. In that case, I'm gonna build up a little bit and start applying pressure to him. Say he hit me with one of those body shots, I'm gonna build backwards away from him using hard materials. That way I can heal myself before taking the fight again. Now some tips I have for mid-game encounters are being aware of the storm countdown and the distance from the next circle, as this can determine whether you can take your fights aggressive, patient, or completely passive, avoiding taking fights altogether. I see that I have a pretty good distance to go, but I also have a lot of time, so it takes some time to farm up some hard materials, then figure out a plan to rotate the circle. As I rotate to the next circle, I see players fighting to my southwest. Now, if this was a game where I was just having fun, going for kills, and don't really care if I win or not, I would probably try to take a snipe for the off chance that I hit some crazy headshot. But since I want to win this game, I decide not to shoot so that I don't give away my position and risk. Now I continue my rotation, keeping these players' location in mind, trying to get an idea of how many players there are, if one of them will be weak or not, and getting into a good position to take them on once they get done with that engagement, and they have to rotate to me. So I see this player try and take a shot, they take a shot at me, I build, and wait for them to come to me. So I see this player's walking at me with a lightsaber, and that changes how I'm going to take the rest of this fight. They can just block all my shots, so I have to play it a little bit differently than I would if lightsabers weren't in the game at this time. So at this point, I hadn't fought a ton of lightsabers since they've been in the game, so my first instinct is to create a little bit of space. The lightsaber is very close range, so I want to back up a little bit. Then this guy decides to build fight me. I floor him off, edit, miss my shot, accidentally hop in this guy's box. He hits me and then misses all his spray. I get very lucky. I probably should have lost that fight, but we come out on top. Now I want to play this again and slow it down to talk about what I could have done better in this fight. Now I do this 90 well, get myself in a decent position to floor him off, make a good edit, miss my shot, but I should have reset that floor for sure, because he comes through my edit, and that's how I end up in the same box as him. I get very lucky that he missed his shots, and I hit 2 decent damage shots on him, 71 and 79 damage to win. Now after that fight, I rotated towards the center of the next zone, found a llama, then built up using some hard materials in the middle of zone to establish a good positioning for the rest of the game. Here I see someone break something in the distance, but then I hear a lightsaber closer to me, so I look for that. He's building up on me, so I build fight. A little bit higher than me, I do my best to take height back, cone him off, get around on him. He's chopping me down, I try and keep my high ground. Drop down, he's chopping me out, take a shot, build over him. Get third partied, take my time and heal. Now I hear this other player building up on me, so I do my best to get above him. Fail. I know there's too many people here, so I disengage a little bit, drop down. I don't want to get chopped out. My next idea here is to get back to my original metal tower to provide a little bit of security. Then I hear the guy with the lightsaber coming, so I freak out a little bit. And this is where some of my play gets a little sloppy. My trap plays have never been very clean. Place some Aaron traps there and wait for this guy with the lightsaber to make a move. Luckily, he leaves me alone for a brief second. And although it's a little sloppy, I get out of there eventually and take an opportunity to get a little height advantage on him. Try and keep away from the third party. Spray a little bit. Build over him. Get third party in the back again. Block him off again, make some edit and shotgun plays. Reposition. Trying to avoid the third party, he gets above me, I spray him out. See another person's coming from a different angle, spray him out. Also the lightsaber. Gets in my face, luckily I one pump him. Now I hear this other player start to build up on me, so I go for a height. Try and figure out where he is, spray a little bit, see if I can't get a tag on him. Pick up a little lightsaber. Reposition, try and figure out where he's coming from. Try to wall replace, he dropped down. Reposition, see if I can get a different wall replace. Decide to leave that. Reposition, try and find the other loot I left behind. I don't think I'm able to find it here. Cone replace. When he edits the floor, I quickly place a wall to protect myself. He's moving around, cone him off. I want to replay that one again. So this cone replace edit is very predictable that I'm making. So I'm ready for him to make that edit, and I place the wall to protect myself. Then I reposition. Try and edit here. But he moves. Move over to cone. Edit that. Now a good tip, if you don't already know it, is to use your shotgun to replace a build like this if it has low HP. Like this floor, for example, has 25 HP, so here's my shotgun to replace it. So unfortunately, I don't hit my shot here, and it looks like I benefit from a little bit of no reg on his attack shotgun shot to me. So a little lucky there. Cone him off, move over, and reposition. So right here, I hear him drop down, and then I unfortunately leave myself open to be hit by the third party. So I have to reposition and heal up. I can hear this other player moving around a lot underneath me. We don't actually engage for a little while, so I'm just going to skip forward until my next engagement. So there are 3 other players left, and I can still hear the player underneath me. I don't have too far to go to zone, so I'm not too worried. I start tracking this player underneath me for a shot. Take a shot, miss, spray, move a little closer, move towards zone. Try and figure out where the other players are. So this other player just got out of a fight, so I try and spray him, see if I can get a tag on him. Storm is on me now, so I move a little bit forward. See this other player building up in metal. Floor him off, edit, pump, edit, pump.
Get off of me.
Let's take another look at that and slow it down a little bit. These quick edits and shots and resets, and another edit, are a great way to get a lot of damage off on a player who's not expecting it. So now it's a 1v1 scenario. I know where the other player is generally. He was that player I shot at before to my south. So struggling to build a little bit here, but that's okay. See if I can find a sniper shot. Build over, not let him get above me. Gets out, keep building over him. Holding the high ground is very important in these late game 1v1 scenarios. It gives you such an advantage. You don't have to overbuild. You can just stay above. And I hear that this guy has the snowball launcher, and the snowball launcher currently explodes on impact. So I know to be careful for that. Listening for him. Just making his edits to see if I can find an angle that he'll peek from. Playing very patient. Never staying in one spot too long. I hear he falls down here, so I try and find a shot. Block him off, he's building up. Block him off again, edit. Get a good shot on him. He moves away. I reload. Reposition. I hear him healing. I see him. Spray some shots. I think he gets a shield off here, but that's okay. I don't let him heal anymore. Reload all my weapons. I react to his snowball launcher shot by spamming floors out so I don't fall, just like he did right there. Get some shield tags on him, spray, keep spraying, keep the pressure up. I know I'm in a great position to win this game right here, and I think he just takes a tick of stormer damage by accident. He probably didn't have a lot of health. Thank you all for watching. I hope some of you were able to learn a thing or two that will help you improve your gameplay moving forward in Chapter 2 and beyond. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, and comment down below if you want to see more videos like this where I break down my gameplay. Here are a few clips of me warming up my builds before I hop into games. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Peace.